A lot of good pars out there. Obviously, the golf course is not playing easy. It was nice to see it kind of firm up a little bit more, and it'd be nice if we can dodge some of the weather and rain, at least through these first 2 days, so everyone's kind of on the same playing field. Because, yeah, like I said, the golf course is really good right now. It's not easy, and you got to drive it in the fairway. And no, it was fun. I felt like I did a really good job of managing when I did miss shots and took advantage of a couple opportunities when I did hit some good ones.
Was it relatively stress-free as hard as it's playing out there?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, this is probably, if you look at the majors, it's probably the hardest test we've had this year. And that's, and that's saying something because, Birkdale's a pretty special place. I think, I guess, some of those conditions we got, there was times where it would play very tough, but just as far as golf course standpoint, with it firm and the rough up, and the greens, drying out and firm, this is, you can't miss your lines or your numbers by very much and get away with it.
Rickie, you were just talking about how this is not the Quail Hollow that everybody's gotten to know the last 10 years, and obviously you've had so much success here. How much more difficult is it in your mind? Is it altering anything you're doing right now?
I would say, it's maybe 2 or 3 shots around, roughly. A lot of that, I mean, really the reason is the Bermuda rough, and then around off the fairways, and then trying to chip out of Bermuda rough around the greens is no fun. Anyone will tell you that. And with the greens being a little bit firmer and faster than normal, so that all kind of adds up, and you can't really get too aggressive out there. The biggest thing is first off getting the ball in the fairway, and that way you can at least have some control going into the greens. But yeah, if you try and maybe overpower it too much or get too aggressive, it's going to jump up and get you at some point.
Rickie, you play pretty well. When you see Kisner's number out there, what's your impression when you see an 8 under?
I mean, it's there. You have to hit, like I said, to be able to hit your lines, you can't be off on much. You got to hit your numbers going into greens, and it's there. I mean, there's birdies. I made 6 yesterday. I didn't make as many today, but no, there's opportunities to do it, and you just got to minimize the amount of mistakes. And Kez has obviously done a great job of that the first 2 days, but we're only halfway, so it's yeah, you want to get off to a good start and be in a good position, which he has. He's done. I've done as well, and we'll go battle it out this weekend.
Rickie, you had the most conservative game plan of the people in your threesome, for sure. Was there any point where it was hard for you to hew to that? I mean, you seem pretty resolute about keeping to that strategy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not as long as John or Rory, and go out and set your game plan in the practice rounds and figure out what you're going to do. And the golf course has obviously changed quite a bit since Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday with how dry it's gotten and how much firmer the greens are. So just sticking to how we want to play the golf course, and pars are good. There's going to be a handful of opportunities where you can kind of get aggressive and make some birdies, but the biggest thing is not giving shots back. And so there are probably a couple holes where they can turn the ball a little bit right to left better than I can with driver. I play the shorter driver, which I predominantly hit a cut with, and so with that, there's some holes that I may play back with 3-wood, and the biggest thing is just for me, I'm just trying to get the ball in the fairway and take kind of trouble out of play, and minimize the mistakes. And then, like I said, you play aggressive when the time's right.
You're playing well. What do you want to do a little better in the next 2 days?
I mean, obviously you'd like to say a little bit everything, but if I can just drive it a little bit better. I'm not driving it bad by any means, but yeah, I don't want to be in the rough. It's not fun. So at least, yeah, if I can go hit some more fairways, that's the big thing. At least you have a chance of hitting it in a good spot on the green. If you hit it in the rough, you don't.
Rickie, you've done a nice job putting yourself in position at the Masters and U.S. Open this year. What did you take away from those two that you can put into use this weekend?
I think big thing, just kind of staying patient and just not getting ahead of ourselves and not trying to get too much out of it. Just kind of accepting the golf course and working our way around, managing it well. yeah, it's different than a normal tournament, especially when you come to, this venue with how tough it's playing. Yeah, you can say you play defense a little bit, but it's not exactly like you're playing scared out there. You're just playing smart and picking your way around the golf course.
Rickie, it was a very calm, composed performance out there. What is key to maintaining that throughout a round?
Well, I mean, shoot, with it being hot, tough course, it's going to take a lot out of you mentally, and there's no reason to take anything else out. There's no reason to waste any extra energy. It's a long week, it's a major, and like I said, it's a tough venue, so there's plenty more stuff out there that's going to drain you. There's no reason, like I said, to I'm just going to keep it pretty mellow, relaxed, like it's been the first 2 days.
Rickie, I think you played with John at the U.S. Open the first 2 rounds. Did you notice a difference in his demeanor today when things weren't going his way? It seemed like.
Yeah, no, I think John's doing a great job, and I know he had said something about how he felt, or some of the stuff he had done at the U.S. Open, and it's not necessarily what he wants to do or anything like that, but everyone's different. Everyone deals with frustration a little bit differently. Some guys need to kind of let it out a little bit, and that helps them move on. For me, I've kind of always I'll get upset, kind of hold it in a little bit, and in a way, like, you just kind of find your own thing. Everyone swings differently, everyone walks differently, so. But yeah, I feel like John did a great job these last 2 days, and but I also don't want him to try and be someone who he isn't. He's a great player, and everyone's going to get frustrated out here, and I think if there's a way that he finds that spot that's his, and he's not wasting too much energy, and he can continue to move on. He's been just fine, and he'll continue to be just fine.
Rickie, how much of your strategy here are you?
A little bit. I mean, I feel very comfortable on obviously the holes that are the same. There's only a handful that are different, and I feel like I've done a good job of getting used to those, other than the triple yesterday. But that's fine. We rebounded from that just fine. So I feel very good here. The fans have been great here. Everyone inside, the staff, all the locker room guys, it's fun to be in there and see them, and just familiar faces, and to be at a major venue that we've seen a handful of times, or I've played here multiple times. That doesn't happen often outside of Augusta, and now I guess I'm starting to see St. Andrews for my 3rd time here in a couple of years, but outside of that, it doesn't happen very much.
Rickie, obviously the sentiment around golf is that you're kind of the next young guy, poised and ready to win a major. You've had some cracks and whatnot. When you come to a venue like this, where you're comfortable and you've won here before, is there an element of kind of managing your expectations? Maybe, you look at your chops when you look at this venue, you win a major after you've won here before, or do you have to kind of temper that expectation a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you just I have to stay patient. I have to keep going through the process and make sure we're making the right decisions, each hole, each shot. But with the way I've been playing, how I'm swinging this week, how I swung last week going into it, yeah, I know I can win this week. That's already set. It's more so the in between the years, making sure I make the right decisions and not get ahead of myself. If we do that, we'll be all right.
What's the daydream about the moment that you break?
You can only think about it so much. I mean, like I said, you don't want to get ahead of yourself. And this week, yeah, I'm gonna have a very good chance. But like I said, the thing is I got to manage that properly.
Last question: do you find yourself getting more and more comfortable when you're in this position over time, or did you kind of plateau a few years ago and it's been the same since then?
No, it's been. I would say, yeah, I got to that point when I finished top 5 in all 4 majors and felt very good there. It was kind of at a standstill, and then this year I feel like it's been a new level of how comfortable and how good I felt in the majors. So it's been a fun year. Definitely a big improvement from where I was last year in the majors, and it's been fun. Nice to be in contention at the first 2, and back in a good spot here. We'll have a fun weekend.
Thanks, Rickie.
Thank you.
Thanks.